Okay. So, take two. Video looks good. Audio looks good. Waiting on the YouTube preview. That is Elgato. YouTube's fine. Elgato's like, wait a minute. I'm zoning out here. It says it's still doing stuff, but it's not actually doing stuff. But hey, this is part 2 of the exact same stream as before. Ran into the not uncommon Elgato streaming issues, which is so much fun. But hello, welcome back. So this stream here is probably going to run somewhere between a half hour and 45 minutes, give or take. Play by ear. I already got pretty much all the points that I want to get in Arena. Just waiting on a couple champs to refresh, but that isn't going to be for a little bit still. Another half hour. Same with the 6s, yeah. Not for another half hour. So for now, I'm just having fun playing around with champs that I haven't really played around with otherwise. The catch is that I'm still running suicides for the grinding. What's up, Shearmore? Yeah, it's dumb. It was dumb. It's the Elgato. Elgato spazzed out, and YouTube's like, yo, Elgato, not getting anything. And Elgato's like, yeah, no, it's there. Fun times. Fun times. But, okay, where am I going? So, again, I'm just going to keep rolling with some random champ testing. Just for fun. Just to see what some champs can do that I've never really tested out before. What's up, Parallel? How are ya? I'm doing pretty good now that the stream's back up. But yeah, Elgato was acting a bit wonky for me, and that's no fun. Yeah, that's getting into some what Seaton tinfoil hat rig gray nonsense, right? Actually, I was still on Cosmic. So I am looking for Ronan. And I'm looking for Black Bolt. So that's going to give me the Cosmic Supremacy, which should be buffs. But does Beardo or Reed have better Cosmic buffs? I'm trying to remember. Maybe Reed. What do you do, Beardo? Yep, PP, I'm back. Hoping that Elgato behaves. Okay, so it is Beardo I'm thinking of. Beardo's gonna be better than the regular Cosmic Supremacy. No, those. Yeah, is that a uniform one? Perfect block. Okay, we'll roll with that. So I'm gonna get smoked here. So I'm taking a rank 2 Terax, rank 3 maybe, up against Winter Soldier here. But I'm only taking him because he's awakened. And he's at what, Sig 40? Because I'm trying to see if there's any redeeming quality to Terax. But I think the thing is that he's a... Actually, you know what? Let's not do this. He's got too many persistent charges that require you to beat people, so going into Winter Soldier is just not ideal. Let's back out and go to Act 4. How are the power levels here? Awesome. Totally manageable. So let's see, what else do you do, Terax? So the persistent charges. So I get 1 attack charge when I attack the opponent, and I get 2 when they attack me. Okay, so I'm trying to build up to 50 charges. I can do that twice a fight. Yeah. Okay, so it's kind of like stealthy, where the 4th light attack is beneficial, so you want to cycle ending on medium and ending on light. And then you want to keep holding heavy attacks because that pauses, and then the longer the rock field is active, then that's when its damage is increased. So you want to keep cycling. So Phoenix is almost kind of essential for this, right? Because each parry Terax gets, he gets 3% power from Phoenix. I don't know, man. Like, the fact that some of these champs are just as involved as they are nice, but when you got champs that are as involved as they are, like every 2 weeks, it's really impossible to keep up with it. So what I'm trying to do here is get up to 50, and then store up some of the persistent charges. So I guess it's kind of like Corvus, kind of like Sparkles a little bit, where you're just gonna be, oh, that was dumb. And then the one other thing I really wish about Terax was that it was, instead of indestructible, it was unstoppable. So I don't care if I'm not taking damage, I don't want to move. I don't know, but it's kind of like that whole bit with, whatchamacallit? Like they did with Last Jedi, where it's just not false expectations, but blanking on it, subverting expectations. So you have pillow hands for Sentry. This guy is supposed to be super big and bulky, and I assume he's supposed to be pretty good, right? But actually, that wasn't a bad little cycle with 4 charges. And I just gotta let her wail into me just a little bit. Just so I can get at least one more before she gets KO'd. Cool. And she's not going to live long enough for me to get another one. I mean, I guess that isn't awful. I don't even remember what the story is at this point. We're still going after Maestro, right? Speaking of which, I'm kind of surprised that Maestro hasn't shown up as like the new trophy champ, right? Like we've got King, we've got Thanos. Where's Maestro at? And it's like they've never given us a Universal class champ to play with before. Speaking of which, they did tease the My Little Symbiote coming back. Was it a couple months back? Still have done nothing with it. And then I do forget how truly awful this block proficiency is. You know, out of all the things of that movie, that line, I think, bothers me the least. Like, I think it was a bit out of place. I think that she adopted that name is kind of antithetical to what the movie was trying to build up to, right? Or at least it's trying to have its cake and eat it too, between Kylo and Rey, right? But I don't know, didn't it seem like she had a tighter relationship with Leia? So wouldn't she go like Rey Organa or something? Because like Luke was such a buzzkill to her in Last Jedi, and then she had like the Yoda moment in the third one, and that was it. It's not like Luke had some great parting words for her in Last Jedi either. It's like, oh yeah, Rey's on the Falcon doing Falcon things, and Luke's being the badass that, you know, at least he had that much. I don't know. I should probably pay attention to the fight. I'm probably gonna get wrecked. I got 14% health left. It's not gonna wind up okay. I really do miss the Milo Symbiote event. I do think that was probably hands down the best content they've ever put out. And unlike like Dimensional Rifts or Rocket's Workshop or anything else for that matter, they've never iterated on it since in any way. It's just like, yep, nope, we did it. We don't talk about it. Kind of messed up in releasing the an update relative to when we took the champ away. So some people still have profile pics for the symbiote. My bad. But otherwise, yeah, we'll just pretend like it didn't happen. want to talk about champs that are just ridiculously broken and OP in the game, right? Forget Scarlet Witch. That ramped up little baby symbiote was nuts. Yeah, or if nothing else, let him live to face justice, you know? It's like, hey, you're kind of responsible for blowing up like 5 planets and murdering a bunch of people. But, hey, you know, you did the one thing with the zombie claw puppet Palpatine at the very end. I guess that, we'll call that good. You get to die a hero. Okay. I guess. Oh, these guys can't do special 3s. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That symbiote was so much fun to play. Like, the only thing that comes close to that in-game now is when you're fully ramped up in incursions. You know what they should have done, though, with the sequel trilogy? Is, instead of what they did, to, like, continue building up and expanding the universe. Because, like, okay, you got the original trilogy, right? Establishing that, hey, there's a universe. And then the prequel trilogy, which is like, hey, the universe actually used to be, like, really cool and really big, and then we're introducing the Clone Wars and all the hundreds of spin-off potentials and side stories and everything that comes off of that, right? But, like, who gives a crap about the sequel trilogy? Like, nothing's happened in the 20 years since Return of the Jedi. The universe, or the galaxy, is still humdrum and boring. We've got people fighting for unexplained reasons, unless you read, like, the novelization. And then when it's all said and done, it's just like, okay, well, we're 3 movies in, and Palpatine is dead again, and there's only one Jedi again, and there's still no Republic again. Yay? I mean, what they could have done is introduce the Vong, like how it was in the original EU, because then you could still tidy up the Empire Rebellion factions, right, against this new threat, and actually have a proper Star War. Introduce a whole new aspect to it. You can still blow up your planet if you want to decimate Coruscant. Great. But this could be something different. You still have your Jedi, so you could still sell your toys. I mean, hell, you could still have Rey as a character. She's just one of Luke's students. You can still kill Luke and Leia and Han if you just really have, like, some bloodlust. But just actually tie it towards a larger arc that actually has a point, instead of, hey, we need to divert the money from Fox to Disney by introducing a bunch of proprietary ideas. See, I love getting the new 2-stars too, PP, especially with the new crystals. I like it that it's a thing, but I don't see how the game can continue to grow if they prioritize 2-stars as like a sellable commodity, you know? Because with the 6-stars becoming as more commonplace as they are and people clamoring for 6-star arenas, there's going to be like arena glut between a 3-star arena, 4-star arena, 5-star arena, 6-star arena, basic arena, this, that, and the other. I mean, what they should do is just hand out the 2-stars for free, sell the 3-stars for either units or like $5 a piece, and then just have a 4, 5, and 6 arena. That way you can still buy a champion for $5 so they still make their money, but you know, you can still test the champ too to see if they're even somebody that you want to play. Instead of like sell 2-stars so you can do the high-end content for the monthly quest and then go back to never touching them again. Alright, Cheermoy, thanks for stopping by. Cheers on the well wishes. I got my fingers crossed. I got my own fingers crossed. Yeah, take care, man. We'll talk to you later. I want to see Finn. Poe's cool. Finn's cool. You know, I kind of want to just see, like, Finn to have some sort of established purpose and arc for the character. Because I 100% agree with the criticism that he's just there. Like, he had a great origin story in Force Awakens. Awesome. And then did nothing for 2 movies. Poe could be fun too as like a sequel thing. They had the comic arc with his parents. But I kind of think, especially with them saying that he was a spice runner, that might overlap too much with the Cassian show that's going to be coming out. And I have no idea what they could do for Obi-Wan. Like, there's so much to the story and the universe that I'm just okay leaving as is, you know? Like, I'm okay just leaving Obi-Wan in the desert for 20 years between Revenge of the Sith and Star Wars. Like, I don't really need to take him off planet for side adventures and then he just decides to come back. You know, I was actually I was debating that with one of my buddies, that Skywalker is going to be the new term for Jedi. Or like Skywalker is like a gray Jedi, I suppose. And then they're still doing the new trilogy too. I don't know if it's Ryan. It's Ryan's trilogy, I think. But we'll see too, because right now they're doing that huge glut with the High Republic as like their next big push, which could be interesting. What am I even doing here? I want to test out Phoenix and Emma. And then I want to bring in Beardo. And where's Beardo? Beardo and I think you. Because Fury only synergizes with Sparkles. No. Awesome. Yeah, so that might not be bad. So this is really a team built around Phoenix and keeping her Furies up as long as humanly possible, without actually adding to the Fury duration timer too. What's up, Swag? I am. I'm sitting at 28 mil right now, and I'm waiting for a couple champs to refresh, so I'm just screwing around a bit in game. But I've got one. I've got a 5-star already. He's not awakened. I figure this is probably as good a chance as any to just get him awakened so I don't have to blow a stone on him someday. That having been said, it's the most like lax I've ever felt about a featured grind in ages. So I hope to get him, but if I don't get him, I'm not gonna lose any sleep. And then actually do this. Het was a Jedi, wasn't he? He was the Tusken Jedi. Kind of like how Quinlan Vos was, where he's not exactly a Jedi, but he's not a dark Jedi either. I remember the story, but I don't remember all the details of it. I should probably get another Phoenix charge. Nope. Oh, maybe not. Is there a timer anyplace that says how long I overload for? Or is it just a secret timer? That's right. He's still canon though, I think, right? Because they made a Quinlan Vos canon, I think, in like a sideline of dialogue in Clone Wars at some point. I don't remember if Feshered Het was canon, is a Disney canon anymore. That she can do stuff like that. Did I see that right? Did Phoenix get a passive stun somehow? I don't remember that she could do that. Actually, it probably wouldn't be canon anymore because didn't Het have a yellow lightsaber? And like since then, they've really made a push that yellow lightsabers are either Temple Guardians or Grey Jedi. And then supposedly the newest rumor is that whatever the Rebels spin-off or successor is going to have a similar art style to Clone Wars. I'm just really curious what Dave Filoni is going to do next, because he's a producer on Mandalorian, right? But producing's nice, but I think he's very capable of having quite a number of things to do. Same with Jon Favreau. Good on them. Or good on him. Okay, so all this is basically just showing me that I can just incinerate dudes for just a little bit longer. Because the Phoenix Overcharge is nice, but it isn't really doing a whole lot damage-wise. Unless I'm missing something. I actually should go back and reread Phoenix's abilities to see what the Phoenix Charge does, specifically. As opposed to, you know, just accrue Furies faster. Or be a multiplier for her regen at the end. So if it boosts attack somehow too, then that could be interesting. You know, that whole thing is just such wasted potential. Like, cause you know they're gonna do the Lando and what's-her-face story somewhere down the road. Whether it's an animated show or... Oh, I mean, it'd have to be animated. Because, you know, Billy D isn't a young man anymore, unfortunately. Let's just do this. But then wasn't the whole point to, like, end the Skywalker bloodline? You know what I'd be really curious about is if they actually played into the bit where Obi-Wan and what's-her-name, not Nadine, but what's-her-face, Duchess of Mandalore. If they had a kid. That could be fun. Or whatever happened to Ezra. Because he's kind of just out there right now too. Okay, so what am I looking up now? Okay, so the Phoenix Forces are just multipliers. That's where that passive stun came from. Okay. Okay. And it's going to be an unpopular opinion, but I was actually a fan of Daisy Ridley as Rey. I think she did a fine job with what she was given. It's just that the stuff she was given is just so broken. I mean, it's the same thing with, like, Hayden Christensen in the prequels, right? I think he was a decent actor. I don't think he was great, but I think he was decent. I think he just got a lot of hate just because, like, the lines he was given are just so wooden. There's not a lot you could do with it. And to her credit, she acted the heck out of what she was given. It's just that what she was given didn't go anywhere or mean anything, or just flew in the face of established lore. Okay, so I got 11 Furies, so this should nix all of them for just a wee bit added damage. I say wee bit because that's like 4% damage off of Winter Soldier. And then don't even get me started on how wasted John Williams was in the last movie. Like, I was pretty unhappy with how Last Jedi was wound up playing out for just wasting his talent. But Last Jedi's soundtrack is like a godsend compared to Rise of Skywalker. See if I can get another Phoenix Force Part 2. There we go. And see if this does more than 4% damage. Not really. Yeah. And I kind of have a feeling it's a lot like how Natalie Portman felt leaving Star Wars. It's like, you're a solid actor, and you're given, like, drivel to work with. And then because people take it personally and can't separate the actor from, or the art from the actor, right, or the writing from the actor, it's like she winds up bearing the brunt of that, and it's not fair, but it's really easy to see how she could be super jaded by it and just distance herself from it. Like, unless there's bits of interviews or dialogue that I'm missing where she's like tying herself to Kathleen Kennedy and co, then that would be an unfair comparison. What's up, man, Falcon? You know, yes. It just wound up being a tangent. You know, we're going down that rabbit hole. Because, especially I've been noticing it a lot more between my friends, and then just my own personal opinions. Because, like, with Rise of Skywalker out on Disney Plus, and now it's out on Blu-ray, like, I don't care at all. It's like, oh, okay, it's out. I don't think there's really anything about the movie that I would want to go back and rewatch. I think the only thing that I would actually really be interested in rewatching is the final lightsaber fight between Kylo and Rey. Just because I think the way it was shot, and then with all the effects of the waterworks, I think was interesting. And easily the best of the sequel trilogy. But that having been said, I don't care about any of the rest of it. So yeah, we are officially down the rabbit hole. So far the general consensus is that Daisy Ridley herself did a pretty solid job with what she was given, but just like the actors in the prequel trilogy, what they were given is garbage, and they get a lot of hate for that because of it. Yeah, I'm gonna get that one too. That 2-pack. Because supposedly Luke is gonna be coming out later on as a standalone figure, which is okay, great, whatever. But that Yoda, since it's a new sculpt, plus with the backpack, is really nice. I think them hyping up the fact that Luke can do the handstand freehand is a bit redundant, because I don't like how it wound up sculpting his arm design and arm articulation to accommodate it. Probably going to wind up kit bashing and throwing on the old farm boy Luke arms instead, and then muddying it up a bit. But yeah, the set itself looks solid. Let's just try it with Emma this time. I've also noticed how the foreign importers are just not doing anything with the license anymore. Like, they had a couple of things for Last Jedi, and then effectively they did a repaint of Kylo for Skywalker, and then the Rey is just awful. And then that's it. Same with the Mofex. Mofex and Figure Arts both are sitting on it, but Mofex especially hasn't done anything in a while. The Mandalorian stuff that looks sick. Swag, the point is that there is no point. No, you know what the point was? And I will say this is probably hands down my favorite part of the sequel trilogy, is that it brought John Williams back for one last hurrah. Like, his Rey theme and his Kylo theme are amazing. And then, especially at the end, and it's just one of the things that pissed me off the most about Rise of Skywalker, is that when he has a theme, he develops themes and evolves themes based on how the characters grow and change and evolve, right? But because the characters weren't given anything to do, they didn't really grow much. Their themes never wound up evolving or changing in any interesting way that made it onto the final cut. Supposedly, he came up with 3 hours of score that went largely unused just because the movie changed so many times in post. But like, could you imagine how interesting it would be to interweave Rey's and Kylo's theme, especially when they were fighting, and then how that would mirror each other after Ben turns and they fight side by side? Like, that's like meat and potatoes John Williams magic potential right there. And instead, it's just, you know, the same old recycled stuff that they've been using the last 50 years. Okay, so then, I suppose, just because I should be paying attention a little bit, well, actually, never mind. Let's see how she does against Cat Marvel. But Emma just absolutely just wiped the floor, just decimated Winter Soldier. But that may just be because she had class advantage. But it shouldn't be that much of a stat difference between a rank 2 6-star and a rank 5 5-star. Like, the 6-star should have the edge a little bit, but not by that much. A little bit, but not by that much. Okay. Let's get some of those prowess going. Actually, to do this, I need who is it? Colossus for Emma. Just so she always keeps her diamond formed up. So I got the 10 prowess right now, which is really nice. For some like 80,000, which isn't bad. I say, I'm so damaged by this game. I just casually say, "Oh yeah, 80,000 damage. That's not bad." Rank 3 Ghost has broken me. My expectations. But yeah, that's a solid 80k damage every special too. Pretty good. Yeah. Alright, I got some text to catch up on. Marvel Legends is nuts this year. I got so excited for what they teased at, was it Toy Fair or whatever it was, Comic-Con, before everything. I'm really looking forward to the Deadpool wave. And even the what Lord of the Rings stuff that's coming out from the 7-inch stuff. You can see how it looks on hand, but it looks pretty promising so far. All right, AC. Yeah, have a good night, man. So that's not bad. I got a pot out of that. So let's dive back in here. And who's a synergy I'm thinking of? Probably Sentinel. And Colossus. And Bearded doesn't really do anything for me anymore. I don't think. But Emma has somebody else, doesn't she? I thought she did. Who's it I'm thinking of? Maybe. Because Sue has the synergy there, but just makes prowess last a little bit longer. I don't really know if that's something that's going to be super useful. Swag, don't spoil Mr. Robot. I have not seen it, and it's one of the things that have been on my back burner. But that's one of the shows that I would prefer to stay unspoiled, preferably. Okay, so we got same. That Colossus energy is nice though. Why did I lose 2 prowess? I was benefiting from the old synergy team more than the new one, even though the new one is more tailored towards Emma as opposed to Phoenix. Interesting. Yeah, I know. Season 1 was a lot of fun. Season 2 is even better. Season 3, I only wound up seeing a couple episodes because I didn't have a convenient way of seeing the show. And the way I was watching it oftentimes was spotty at best, so that kind of killed some of the fun. And then just because of that, I never got into Season 4, but it's one of those shows that I need to go back and rewatch, that I really want to rewatch. Just for a refresher. Clone Wars is amazing. It's just a slow burn. Like, if you start off at the beginning with the movie and then through parts of Season 1, slow burn. Like, I'm really glad that Ahsoka wound up turning into such an amazing, well-developed character, but she was so annoying in the beginning. Cheers. Alright, so let's see how the boys are doing here in AQ. Still in the league by myself. And what about Arena? Okay, I got dudes now. Some dudes. I've got 2 teams. It's something. It'll be interesting to see what they do in Mandalorian 2. Like, if Ahsoka's gonna wind up being a central character, or if she's just gonna show up in one episode as like a one-off, as like a, well, this is what happened to her sort of thing. And then a lot of it really depends on which Rosario Dawson we get. Hopefully the one where she gives a shit, where she cares. Because even just like rewatching some of the Netflix stuff, like the Netflix Daredevil, really, like, she did a fine job in, you know, Daredevil 1 and 2. But by the time you got to like Iron Fist 2, or Iron Fist 2, she had tapped out so hard. She was just phoning it in. And she's a good actor when she wants to be. But when she doesn't want to be, it's just exactly as you'd expect. It's just painful to watch. So I'm really hoping that we get A or B game Rosario Dawson for Ahsoka. What's up, Biggs, man? Nice. Congrats on that Aegon pull. That is a super solid pull. And super lucky, too. You know, honestly, I'm okay with that. Mandalorian was an awesome show. The last season of Clone Wars was a great season. Like, the first story arc was okay. You kind of say bye to Echo without ever finding out what happens to Echo. That's like, okay. The second arc was kind of lame, but they had to do a whole bunch of backtracking to get Ahsoka back into like a relevant position for what was going to happen for the third arc. But the third arc was just awesome. They did. Rosario Dawson. Currently. Presumably she's going to stick with the role. I'd be surprised if she didn't. And they got Tamura Morrison coming back as Rex and or Boba Fett and or anybody else. I'm hoping just Boba Fett, because Rex would be ancient by then. But you know, if they get Tamura back as just in the Star Wars circle, right? They're going to do some digital re-release nonsense, shopping his face into Return of the Jedi instead of whoever that original actor was. You know that's coming up. Yeah. Yeah. They, I don't think they've officially cast She-Hulk yet, have they? Because last I heard was, totally blanking on her name, from Community, and Glow, and Mad Men. Which, I mean, if you would have told me that she was going to play like a MCU role 5 years ago, I'd have laughed at you. But then, having seen her in Glow, she's got some really solid acting chops. Guys, I think this one right here is gonna be the last fight of the night for me. Gotta go in and see if that last 6-star refresh, but if not, I'm probably gonna call it a night right here. so let's see what we got. Yeah, I'm gonna call it right there. Yeah, a little bit before 30 million. Not bad. All right, guys, that is gonna do me here for tonight. I want to say a big thank you to everybody who's been watching live. It's been really fun getting to talk with you on this stream and the last one before the technical snafu. So it was really good fun just getting to chew the fat and just talk about random nonsense, tangents every which way. And cheers for sticking with the stream. To all of those of you who are watching after the fact, congrats to you. You probably know how the arena is going to go. But also, thanks for checking out the rerun video here, too. Altogether, if I could get or ask everybody to like and subscribe to the channel. It's a new channel, and I'm currently doing a big content creator push. Kabam does have a minimum threshold of subscribers requirement to get into the program. And after today, that is only less than 100 subscribers to go. So we're getting real close, I'm getting really excited, and that'd be really cool. But I want to say a big thank you, and I appreciate that well in advance. I'm going to be live streaming again here coming up the next couple of days. I'm going to be going for the 4-star White Widow in first arena, and then test the waters for the 5-star starting on Monday. Maybe not. We'll see. I got a couple of videos preloaded into YouTube already, but there's new stuff coming out all the time. Crystal openings, gameplay, random odd and ends. So there's always something cool going on, so stay posted for that. But till next time, everybody, take care, talk soon, stay safe, and be well, everyone. Bye for now.